Hey everyone, welcome back. So, Stassi Schroeder is done. It is so hilarious to me because Stassi just did a recent podcast where she is basically saying, no more. I literally was the biggest supporter to Meghan Markle and I'm done. Stassi has been Meghan's number one fan from day one and truly has been her biggest cheerleader here in the States. And honestly can do absolutely no wrong. In fact, I don't know if you all remember, but there were so many speculations and stories being thrown out there that Meghan Markle was using Stassi's daughter to take pictures and then portray her as her own. I mean, they were just wild, wild stories out there. But Stassi really never even corrected the narrative and kind of went with it and laughed about it and never even took offense or anything, which leads me to believe that this is something that really must have made her very upset to be able to say that she's absolutely done with Meghan Markle. So in the podcast, Stassi is talking to her friend Taylor and explains the decision as to why she has decided to unfollow Meghan Markle after supporting her in the past. Now, Stassi revealed that she unfollowed Meghan basically because she feels Meghan snubbed her. So in the article on Us Weekly, Stassi says, the way she moves through social media, I think that she's stuck in 2017 and she just thinks I'm a lowly reality person. So this is what Stassi is saying on her podcast earlier this month about Meghan. Stassi continues by saying, that's what I think, and I'm furious, and this is the last straw. I'm not watching her Netflix show anymore. Stassi then admits, I have literally defended her when no one else did. I have filmed videos about it. I've commented on all the things. I literally had my effing PR team reach out. So during the heated podcast, this discussion was with the Vanderpump Rules alum and, of course, Stassi's best friend, Taylor Strecker, which, she totally just unloaded on Meghan Markle for refusing to acknowledge Stassi's total support over, the years. And according to Stassi, the last straw was of finding out that Markle's company, as ever, had sent a PR gift to, I guess, another podcast, The Toast, which is host Claudia Oshry, who's been totally critical of Meghan Markle in the past. Stassi continues to complain that when you're sending PR boxes to people who talk ish about you, and then bring her into it by saying, I wonder what Stassi's thinking about this. Because she's basically, Meghan's number one fan. And everyone knows it. And that's what Stassi's complaint is that since day one, she's been Markle's fan. And so, yeah, I can kind of see how Stassi's kind of, seen Markle maybe for what people say she truly is, and frustrated that she's maybe never been acknowledged by Markle, that she even exists. Interesting. Stassi also admits that her feelings are hurt, and she says, I'm a toxic fan. I was a toxic fan, and now I'm a toxic hater. Stassi's bestie kind of makes a theory that, Markle may wanted to win over her haters because of her troubled history with the royal family. And tried to make Stassi feel better by saying, I think that now, you unfollowed her, you're going to get a effing PR package. And she also, predicted that before arguing, if you like her, she thinks you're crazy, maybe. Maybe now she'll get the effing picture. But Stassi was not okay. She was not okay with that theory. So she actually went on, Stassi followed it up by saying, the strategy to pay more attention to your haters than your fans is so effing bats crazy to me. It's her way of trying to control the narrative. I think she's controlling. Stassi, where have you been, girl? Ultimately, she decided and stated very clearly that she is so done giving Markle her company's publicity. She said, I'm not going to talk about her anymore. I'm going to unfollow her right now, literally. I mean, I get it. In the podcast, Stassi was also saying how, you know, she stuck up for Markle, so many times, making statements like, anyone complaining about the As Ever in Netflix and expecting it to be something that they can relate to. It's totally not the point. She would say how much she loved the show and that it was absolutely something that she could not effing relate to. But that was the point. She loved that, Markle's life was so unattainable and beautiful, and that's why, she loved it. Also, we all know how, Markle has this history of sending baskets to people who can elevate her. She often posts it and, also has a history of engaging with other podcasters. I can see where, Stassi's having a hard time. And to be honest, it must be hard to realize that one of the people that you rallied for is not anybody that you thought they were. And it kind of just comes back to slap you in the face. And when it does, you kind of got to, suck it up and just move on. So that is the podcast, and that is the story, the end of Stassi's love affair with the Markle Sparkle. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments.